Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to take a look at another one of my deck lists, which has been mostly inspired by LDF's video on it. We're looking at Slaking EX. Now, this is a deck that, as Slaking is one of my favourite Pokemon, I really want this deck to work, so to speak, so I've been trying a multitude of different builds, and then obviously a couple of weeks ago LDF did a video on Slaking with Blaziken, and I thought, yeah, that's worth a shot. And then I noticed he had a 2/2 Zoroark line in it, so I immediately thought, well, this is quite interesting. But yes, that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. So in the description below there'll be a couple of timestamps. There'll be obviously the games that we will be looking at, and we'll also have the deck list and the outro and everything. So if you wish to skip ahead, please feel free to do so. So of course, the main card of the deck is Slaking EX. I've always liked Slaking as a Pokemon, as Hoenn was my first region. I still have a copy of Pokemon Sapphire on my Game Boy to this day. And Slaking was I think it was Norman, wasn't it? Norman, the gym leader, who had a normal type team. He had a Vigoroth and a Slaking. In one of the game versions, I think it was Emerald, he had 2 Slakings. And these things are very tough, but they don't really do, like, they take every turn off, at least. In this context, though, for the TCG, he can't attack if there's no EX or Pokemon V in play. Obviously, Vs have rotated, so just ignore that part of the text. And then, of course, our attack is Great Swing for 280 damage, 2 colorless energy, and we discard an energy from this Pokemon. So, of course, the whole point of that is we use Blazikens to recycle that. But I'll go more in depth into that with the deck list. And then, of course, we're playing the 2/2 Zoroark line for a bit of draw. I've sneaked a Reshiram in. I haven't just net decked his 60. I have tried to make some changes of my own, which I think will suit the deck a bit more. But I've put a Reshiram in, and even he said to play a Reshiram personally, and I agree with that personally. So, let's go take a look at that deck list. And welcome to the deck list. So, of course, I initially started off with his 60. So that's where the gold energies come from. Ignore that mainly. That's just because I couldn't be bothered to change it to basic dark energies like the basic psychic energy is. Otherwise, I've tried to keep the list a bit more optimized for a couple of different matchups. So I've added in a Lillie's Clefairy EX and 1 copy of basic psychic energy. Obviously, Slaking doesn't care what energy type he uses, so if we're not using the Clefairy, we can use the psychic energy on him. This also opens up Munkidori as an attacking threat, because that's the other thing I like having in a deck, is if I'm playing a Munkidori, I do like having a way to swing with it where possible to disrupt my opponent. And like I said earlier on, we are looking at the Reshiram. This is a card that I think you kind of need to play, in my personal experience. We are running a slightly thinner line of Slaking compared to his list. I've kept the same 2-1-2 split of Torchic, Combusken, Blaziken and everything. If I remember rightly, he did play Quad Iono, so that's another thing I've gone up on. Mainly because I'm out of Arvens, in person anyway. But to be fair, with us only having 2 tools, I don't think we really need as many Arvens, and we're only running 1 Evo anyway. So that's my look of that. We do have 2 Boss's Orders, a Black Belt's Training, and a Turo, and also a Research. We then also have a Jacq for a little bit of extra evolution search, so that can grab a Zoroark, Combusken, Vigoroth, etc. The only thing I would want to put in this list, which I'm debating where to cut it, is I want a counter catcher in here, because obviously we're going to take some time to use our evolutions if we're not using rare candies. So that can mean our Slaking can be a bit far behind. Another card that you could potentially put in this list is a Crispin, which would make us have extra energy acceleration in the early game, because obviously most of it is going to be manual attach when we're not having Blazikens on the board. Then of course 4 Dark Energies, which can work with the Zoroarks and the Munkidori, and of course 4 colourless requirements. 3 Fire Energies, so our Blazikens can attack, and again can work on most of the guys, so we can use that. 1 copy of Boomerang Energy. I love this energy card, I must admit. It's a card that literally sees basically no play, but obviously the Slaking believers do play a copy, and it is a good card. It attaches to the Pokemon that discards it. Obviously Slaking is the only one that's going to be discarding a energy for its attack, but we are well, we have that at least as an option, which we can put on. We then, of course, run 2 copies of Team Rocket's Watchtower for disruption and also to shut off Slaking's ability against single prize matchups. But of course, we do have to consider that it does shut off Fan Rotom, so do not drop the Watchtower on your first turn when you're thinning your hand. And then, of course, the basic Psychic Energy so Clefairy can attack. But yeah, that's pretty much how this list looks. I think it's a pretty solid list. Obviously, those changes I mentioned earlier, the Counter Catcher and, as I said, what was the other card I said? I'll go back in the footage and obviously remember for myself, because obviously I want to test it in real life. But yeah, this is definitely a solid list. It does have a lot of potential, but let's get into some games and see how it does. And welcome to the first match, and here you can see that the matchmaking is being lovely. We've got a 368 player against a 30, because I've not touched the ladder for quite a while. I've been working on other projects. I've been script writing for the main channel, so I've not really been looking at Pokemon TCG for a little bit, but still, it's one of those things, like, because you've got so many projects on and obviously different things you want to do, it's one of those things where you can just go, oh, I've got this in the works, blah blah blah. Okay, that's not a bad start. I've definitely had worse starts, I must admit. He's making us go first. It's Garde. Okay, this will be interesting. We do have type coverage, so that's important here. So I'm going to Earth Investigate a Dark Energy. We have prized 2 fires. That's immediately what I can see here. Okay, we prized our Combusken as well, which could make the future a bit awkward. We've also prized an Iono. We've got the Ultra Ball in hand. Yeah, we've just prized a lot of basic energy, it looks like, but that's okay. So we use Buddy Poffin to get our Fan Rotom and our first Zorua. We can then attach a Psychic for turn, so we at least have something. Ultra Ball away 2 Dark Energies. So we can grab ourselves a Torchic. And remember, we've not even Fan Called yet. So now we can use the Fan Call. And grab 2 Slakoth and a Vigoroth. So that way we have an evolution for next turn. And with that, we pass. That is a pretty good start. Obviously, Drifloon on its own is not a major threat. It's the Garde. Let's see what he does. Okay, Psychic Energy and an Iono. I'm not too bummed about that because we can get that Vigoroth back. And we get our Blaziken. Excellent. That's what we like to see. So now we can go Rare Candy into Blaziken. So that also lets us attack with the Munkidori, but I severely doubt we're going to do that. To be honest, the best thing to do here is to Rare Candy into Blaziken and then swing with Blaziken, because 320 is pretty hard for God of War to hit without Munkidoris in play. I think he's doing his prize checking now. But yeah, that was a really good start for this deck. I've not done much testing with this list, because obviously I'm missing the Blazikens, I'm missing the Zorua and Zoroarks. Well, there goes that plan for the Rare Candy, but that's okay. That's not the end of the world. Obviously, we do have the Combusken in the prize cards, which could be an issue. But we can make this work. Let's see. So we've been Itchy Pollen, so we cannot use our Rare Candy. That's completely fine. Same with that Night Stretcher. So I think, based off of what we've got, I think we just TM Evo and Iono. This lets us shuffle the hand back in, but also we get to see some fresh cards. Okay, I didn't really want to draw into that, I'll be brutally honest, but that's okay. So then we'll go trade, and we will discard the Zorua. Okay, that's not too bad. So yeah, we'll just go for the Evo. Now obviously we know we only have one target, so we're only going to do the one. But that's okay. Like I say, we're not in a rush here. That's the important thing. I really wish we'd have kept one of those Dark Energies around, but it's not the end of the world. Like I say, we've got the Arven, we've got draw with the Zoroark. So again, it's not a major deal. I would like to deal with this Curlier, but we will cross that bridge when we come to it. So there's 3 Psychic in a bin, same with a Clefairy. Clefairy's not going to be too good for them in this matchup. And they're playing double Curlier. Okay, that could be an issue. That definitely could be an issue, but we'll figure it out. And there's the Itchy Pollen. I would love to move this damage off the Munkidori, to be brutally honest, but, you know, that's just how it is, unfortunately. So we'll trade away our own Lillie's Clefairy, because we're not going to need that. And we're going to Turo. Okay, that's not particularly great. We can just play the Arven here. I don't want to reveal that just yet. Let's just grab a Night Stretcher. I don't really want to evolve into the Slaking though, because, you know, it's one of those things, like, I don't see it being worthwhile. I could just retreat into Fan Rotom, but I think we'll do that. Give him the Fan Rotom, so then at least if we get a basic energy, we can do something. We can take out this Badoo, leave Single Prizer in the active, things like that, really. There's the Garde. Like I said, this Itchy Pollen has really slowed us down, and obviously having the prize cards that we do have has definitely impacted us, because also we don't have our Combusken to evolve into our Blaziken, as I said. So it's definitely not looking good for us at the minute. There's a Screamtail. Now he has 3 basic Psychic Energies in the bin. So there's a Buddy-Buddy Poffin and an Arven. Another Garde. It's going double Garde. Okay, that's fine. Like I said, the issue for us here is, well, there's another issue, is the Iono. The issue here is, like I said, we've prized our Combusken, which is proving to be a problem. When we're under Badoo lock, that is. And he's going to give a new active Pokemon. He's going to start sniping with that Screamtail. So it's 20 for each damage counter, if memory serves. So he can do 120 damage. His ideal target would probably be take out the Munkidori, if I was to make a guess. Because obviously he's making it so now we can attack, is the point I'm trying to make here. This is where a counter catcher would be beautiful in this list right about now, but if I was him, I would take out Monkey, because the Slaking, I need a bit more to get it going. But yeah, we'll see. So Roaring Scream, and he's going to take out the Vigoroth. Okay. Interesting move there, my friend. Interesting move. I don't think that's correct myself, but we will gloss over that for now. So let's get rid of that Zoroark. There's a Fire Energy, that's useful. So I do need to put down Fez, but I also need to put down Reshiram, because Reshiram will be coming in clutch next. So they're on 7 cards in hand. I want to go Fire Energy on the Rotom. Nest Ball. I think we just grab another Slakoth. No. We'll just grab another Slakoth. Because we don't need to put the Reshiram down now, so I'm just going to Iono. Okay, that's pretty good. So we can Rare Candy into the Blaziken. Do I want to put down Team Rocket's Watchtower? I do, because that stops them getting freebies. That's probably the only annoying thing about this bloody thing. There we go. So we'll Seething Spirit onto the Zoroark. And we will Assault Landing take out the Screamtail. Because obviously I don't know what he's drawn into. I can't read his hand. That would be a stupid thing to have access to, but still. And there's another one of our Fire Energies, so that's good. Obviously, in an ideal world, I want to boss take out one of the Gardes. But at the same time, I want to take out the present threats. But yeah, I probably could have done Zoroark, well, Blaziken attached to the Munkidori, move the 2 damage off, put it on the active Screamtail. Obviously, because it was only 2, it's not really worth doing. But we can potentially use that damage later. So let's see what we can do here. There's Fez. Fez is a nice easy target for us. Well, we can even use Max Belt if we have to, but... Well, Max Belt Zoroark swing is what I mean. But I don't think we'll be doing that, that's for sure. Secret Box and Bravery Charm, so that means this Drifloon is swinging. That's not good. That's really not good. 4 basic Psychic Energy, 6 now. So that brings Drifloon up to 6 damage counters to 180. Well, no, it doesn't. It's 6 Psychic Embraces, so it's 120. So that's 240. That's not good. So no, it's not. It's actually more than that, because it's 12 times 30. Yeah, we are probably losing our Blaziken here. That is bad. But if he takes out Zoroark, that's our draw engine. This ain't looking good. He's playing another Iono. I swear, Garde players love their Ionos. I've never seen so many Ionos shoved in. Like, I'm only playing 4 Ionos because this deck needs to slow you down. But boy, they. Garde players just love that card. We do have Max Belt for potential Blaziken swing as well into the Fez, but I don't think we're going to do that. I'd want to save the maximum belt for a slacking. So remember, he has to Psychic Embrace onto this dude. He's already played a Arven, so he cannot do anything in that regard because we're on even prizes. So he has to do 4 damage counters to his Drifloon, minimum, to take out the Fan Rotom. If he puts on another, Munkidori can KO this, but I don't think he's that done. Unless he's going to move some stuff around with Munkidori, which would probably be the smart way of doing it. Let's see what he does, because there is definitely a line that I would do here. But I don't know if this guy's daft or not, so let's see. Adrenabrain, so he's doing it correct. That's fine. He's putting 3 on the Zoroark, okay. That does make things a bit awkward, but that's fine. So now he takes the Bloom Blast, does 90 damage, takes out the Fan Rotom, and puts us on a clock, basically. Okay, so... in an ideal world... I want to be taking out a Gardevoir this turn. But this is not an ideal world, as we all know, folks. So, trade. Discard the candy. There's Boomerang and there's Boss. Beautiful. Okay. So we need the Artisan to grab us the Reshiram. Then, we can go Seething Spirits onto the Monkey. Because we have the Dark in hand. So then we can Adrenabrain the 3 off the Zoroark, take out the Badoo, to put us back onto 4 prizes. So there's that prize card. There's Team Rocket's Watchtower as well, we can put that down. Yeah. And then we can boss a Garde. And then Night Joker, copy Virtuous Flame for 340 damage. Down goes Gardevoir. 2 prizes left to go, folks. That was a pretty good turn. I was kind of clenching it, promoting the Zoroark then, but we still potentially have game, per se, because we still have Munkidori. The only way we lose now is he gets another Munkidori down, somehow gets 2 Dark into play, which he's not playing Turbo Energize, and I severely doubt he's playing a Crispin. I don't see a world in which this guy wins, to be really honest, but the only other way he could possibly do something is if he swings with the Garde itself, but he's too low on damage. He needs 2 monkeys, well no, he'd need 3 monkeys for Garde to do enough damage. I think he's actually going in with Munkidori right now. Which is not a bad shout, but he needs to take some damage off this Drifloon, otherwise I just take it out with Munkidori. There's Bravery Charm. This is quite an interesting match, I must say. Yeah, he's going to swing with a Munkidori here, which I actually agree with. I think attacking with the Munkidori here is actually his best move. Counter catcher. Take out my Reshiram. Okay, I see the reasoning there. There's Adrenabraining. I do see the reasoning here, because if you think about it, he's forcing me to Seething Spirit, attach, retreat into Zoroark. But then again, why would you not just take out the monkey here? Because you hit exactly for Munkidori. I don't understand that. I don't know if that's just me thinking about it too much, but I don't think he's doing the right play here. And, well, there's one of the reasons why. If we top deck an energy, this game is over. Of course, we still have Zoroark draw. There's a Night Stretcher. That is game. So we Night Stretcher. Grab any type of energy, because it doesn't matter. And yep, he's conceded. That's game. That's what I mean. That play from him was really weird. I don't know why he went for the Reshiram. He should have attacked with the Munkidori onto my Zoroark and gone from there, but I don't know. I don't know the mindset of some of these Garde players, but still. Let's move on to another game, and let's see how this deck continues to do. And it looks like we've just paired the same guy. If that, I think it's him. I recognise the username. I'm pretty certain it's him again. This is funny, because obviously I'm on ranked, as you all know. Yeah, it's actually quite a low chance of running into the same dude, but still. I think he's learnt his lesson now. No, he's making me go first again. Bear in mind the start we had last time. Okay, let's see what we get. And that is a Mully. That's fine. He knows what we're playing. We're playing Slaking with Zoroark. I don't know why he's doing this. We don't play Poison Package. Alright, that is not what I wanted to see, to be brutally honest. But it does give us a choice here. Like I say, it knows what we're playing, so there's no point in hiding it. We can at least get a basic energy attachment to Slakoth at the very least, but still. And he starts his Badoo. He's probably playing 4 of these bloody things. Okay, there's a basic energy. We will attach that, and we will pass, because this hand ain't doing much else. Okay, start off with an Arven. He's got 2 Munkidoris down already. TM Evo. Yeah, I think TM Evo here is fine. Earthen Vessel, discard. Artisan. Yeah, don't give me the Artisan, I understand that. And Psychic and Dark. Fair enough. Vessel again. Get rid of a Psychic. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this is definitely the same dude, because I recognise all these cards. I don't really pay attention to like, you know... Well, why are you not Team Evo, then? I know you've only got 1 target, but, you know, that puts you massively ahead. Alright. If that's your decision, buddy. And there's our Zoroark. Sweet. So we can go trade. We'll get rid of an Iono. Okay, Fan Rotom doesn't really help us here, but that's fine. I mean, it is an attacker, so we will put it down. I'll attach an energy to it, just in case we draw into something good. And we will Iono. Let's see what we get. If we get an Evo, that's a pretty good thing. We obviously can't use the Buddy Poffin, which is frustrating. But that is pretty good. We might as well use the Evo whilst we have it. Thing is, though, I didn't even prize check. That's fine. There's the Vigoroth. There we go. Not a, you know, great start, but still. I mean, like I say, we've obviously not been able to play Buddy Poffin, which is really annoying because we can't set up our Torchics, which, fair enough, Blaziken's energy acceleration didn't do as much in the last game as it normally would, but it's completely fine. There's another attachment to Munkidori. He's giving us an Artisan. Good. I can use it, bump with Watchtower, that's completely fine. And Itchy Pollen. It's ironic because I have hay fever, but we'll gloss over that. I took my tablet like a good boy. And there's the Blaziken. Okay, that's fine. So we'll use the Artisan. We'll grab ourselves a Torchic. We will then trade away the Buddy Poffin. There's a Dark Energy. I kind of want that in the discard, so that's good. So we'll attach a Basic Energy to Slakoth. We'll then retreat into the Fan. I want to limit his Gardes, so I'm going to take out this Garde, this Curly up here, I think. And then bump the Stadium. And there we go. I want to limit the Gardes. Obviously that does open up Counter Catcher, but, you know. Fair enough. I'm just reading a message from my sister, so I'm talking to myself. But yeah, we are planning the next few. We've already done the next few episodes of Sibling Sunday. For those that are curious, we've really enjoyed doing the series for you lot. Obviously, I know there's not many of you subscribed at the minute, but you know it's one of those things. Like it's really been enjoyable, and we've really had fun with it. Can I catch her? Probably no. I was not expecting that. Are you going to attack with the Munkidori and take out my Torchic? I mean, I see the reasoning, but, you know, it's one interesting move, I guess. He's trying to bring again. What is this guy doing? I don't, like, I know you're trying to, like, limit my options and stuff, but this is a really weird move. Would it not have just been better to take out the Vigoroth? Or am I going crazy? I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I'm a Pokemon player on PTCG Live. I'm probably going crazy. Anyway, let's go for a trade, and we'll get rid of now we'll get rid of Boomerang Energy. We definitely don't need that. Mention Munkidori and Nest Ball. Let's grab another Torchic. I don't know why he's limiting the Torchics. That's the least of his worries, is all I will say. Obviously, we can't use our Max Belt because that is a Munkidori. That means nothing. It's not even worth it to attack it because it's just going to move 60 off. So, yeah, I think we'll just pass. We do not attack this Munkidori. He can just knock it out anyway, but he could do that and take multiple prizes in this turn if we hit the Munkidori with Assault Landing, so it's not worth doing anything right now. I know that may seem like a daft thing, but I don't want to give him Munkidori damage. I want him to use his Gardes to do it for him. I know that seems weird, but I'm basically giving him less damage to work with, which is what the intention is. But yeah, this has definitely been an interesting game, I must admit. So he's retreating with the Psychic Energy. He's probably going to go into Scream Tail. Okay. So what are you attacking this time? Are you taking out the Vigoroth again, or are you taking out the Torchic? My personal opinion would be, if I was in his shoes, probably take out the Torchic, because that limits my energy acceleration. And he's only put 40 on it, so that means he's doing 80 damage. But remember, he can always add more and then do more with Gardevoir. So it's not like he's, you know. So he's moving only one. What the heck are you doing? I don't mean this in a rude way, but what the heck are you doing, dude? You're doing 60 damage? Why are you going for the Slakoth? Huh? Okay, I'm officially confused, but whatever. Promote the Vigoroth. And we can draw for turn. Excellent. So we can Rare Candy into Blaziken. We can then trade, discard the Combusken. There's our Night Stretcher. So we can Night Stretcher, grab an energy, because we do need one, unfortunately. Evolve into the Slaking. Use our Seething Spirit. Yeah, he likes it. Good, good, good. I'm glad you like the old Slaking. It's a fun one, to say the least. We'll then play another Buddy Poffin, so we can get another Slakoth down. Actually, do we want to? No, I'm going to keep it open. And then we will announce Great Swing for 280 damage. Way too overkill. Now, obviously, Slaking's bulk is not the best in this matchup because you can just Munkidori stuff around, but I'm trying, okay? This is not an easy matchup. Obviously, he's promoting to do because that is a free retreater. But still, this is a tough matchup, even with the Reshiram, in my opinion. Actually, I just find it really weird how he went for, like, he did the damage onto the Slakoth. I know he can obviously Munkidori damage it, but, you know, I just find that confusing myself. Okay, there's Black Belt, so Slaking can take out that Garde if need be. Well, that's if he swings with it. I severely doubt he will. Plus, this is where a counter catcher would be brilliant. He's probably going to go into the Drifloon here. But then again, he needs enough energy to do it. Hold on. He's got 4 in there. He can do 3 Psychic Embraces, double Monkey, so that's 250 damage. But he doesn't know I have Black Belt in hand. He's swinging with Garde, which I kind of agree with. I think it's fine to swing with Garde here. So, yeah, it is it's an interesting one. Adrenaline Brain, take out the Slakoth. Interesting. Okay. Now what? Now what do you do? Because you've used both your monkeys to take out a single Slakoth. Are you just going to swing with Garde? Because I have Black Belt in hand, I will gladly take that swing. Because I could take a 3-price turn here. And I don't think he's aware of it. But if he doesn't necessarily know I play Black Belt, but, you know. Do we have Dark Energy in there? I swear we did. Yes, we did. Okay, so that means I can commit this attachment to the Slaking. Okay, so this is where things get interesting. There's Black Belt. So first of all, I'm going to use Trade to discard the Zorua. There's an Iono, but we are not going to be using it. So, Seething Spirit. Attach the Darkness Energy to Munkidori. We're going to put the Psychic under Slaking this time. So we'll Adrenaline Brain 3 off the Slaking. We're not going to put it on the Garde. That's an important thing to note. We're not putting it on the Garde. We're taking a 3-price turn here. But first, I want to thin out some cards. So, we want to get rid of Iono, and we can get rid of the Darkness Energy as well. And I'm going to grab the Reshiram. It's a bit bulkier than some of our other basics, but I digress. We'll then play the Black Belt's training, and Great Swing for the knockout. Doesn't matter which energy we discard, because Slaking's going down this turn. Down goes Garde. I don't think he's going to be happy about that. And there's our Fez that's been sitting in the prize cards. So, let's have a look at his resources. He's not played any rare candies. However, if he doesn't disrupt our hand and doesn't take out Slaking, we have game. Okay, there's the hand disruption. So it does put us to 1 card, but he only draws to 3. And of course he gets flipped the script, but you get my point, folks. Now, of course, we can just attack with a Blaziken if push comes to shove. If he takes out the Slaking and he leaves the Strifler inactive, we can just win with Blaziken because we have a Fire Energy. Obviously, he doesn't know we have a basic in hand, and there we go. That is game. 2-0 against Garde. We love to see it. Slaking power. Obviously, Slaking didn't do too much of the work in those matchups, but still, that was fun. I really enjoyed those games against that guy. If he somehow sees this video, thank you so much for those games. They were brilliant. Really put the old test on this deck, that's for sure. But like I said, now that we're in the outro, I definitely think a counter catcher would really open up this list. I'm also thinking of a thicker chicken line, but I don't think that's as important. But otherwise, this deck ran like a trooper. Obviously, having the Zoroark draw, having the option for attacking with the Reshiram copy is definitely something that really helped the list. And like I say, Munkidori is just broken in every deck it's put into. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm going to leave it all to it for today. Really hope you enjoyed seeing Slaking in action. And, well, I'll see you all on the next one.